Welcome, everyone. Today, we're taking a deep dive into what I consider the command center for document creation, the Insert tab in Microsoft Word. We're going to move beyond just typing text and learn how to construct truly professional, dynamic documents. Let's jump right in.
So let me just ask you something. Have you ever felt like you're just fighting with Word's formatting? You move one thing and everything else on the page goes haywire? Well, understanding the tools in the Insert tab is really the key to taking back control. It's about becoming the architect of your document, not just the writer.
Okay, here's our roadmap for this session. We've got 5 key modules. First, we'll lay the foundation, structuring your document correctly from the start. Then, we'll get into mastering tables for data. After that, we'll explore how to communicate with visuals. Next, we'll look at building an interactive document. And finally, we'll cover advanced text and symbols for that professional polish. Let's begin with that foundation.
All right, Section 1. This is all about the fundamental tools that control the flow and the professional appearance of your work, starting from the very first page. Getting this right saves you so many headaches later on.
Look, we have all done this, right? You want to start a new section on a new page, so you just hit the Enter key a dozen times. The problem is, that creates this incredibly fragile layout. It's like a tower of empty lines that can collapse the moment you edit anything above it. The correct professional way is to use a page break. It inserts a clean, definitive break that preserves your layout no matter what.
So what is a page break exactly? Well, it's a simple but powerful command. It basically tells Word, stop everything on this page right here and force all the following content to start at the very top of the next one. Think of it as putting up a solid wall between your chapters or sections. It's clean, it's intentional, and it's stable. Let's quickly break down the tools you'll find in that Pages group. You've got your cover page, which is fantastic for giving reports and books a professional first impression. You have the blank page option, perfect for just inserting some empty space right in the middle of a document. And then there's our friend, the page break, for ending a chapter or section cleanly. And here's a pro tip you'll use constantly. The shortcut for a page break is just Control plus Enter.
Now, headers and footers, these are an incredibly simple way to make your documents look polished and consistent. They let you repeat information, like page numbers, document titles, or even your company logo, at the top or bottom of every single page. And Word gives you a bunch of pre-designed styles to get you started. Here's the best part, though. To edit them, just double-click in the top or bottom margin of any page. Super quick. Okay, so we've covered the basics of how to structure the document itself. Now let's pivot to one of the most powerful tools for organizing information, tables.
The absolute fastest way to create a basic table is with that visual grid. You just hover your mouse to highlight the number of rows and columns you need up to a 10 by 8 grid, and then you click. Bam! Your table appears. Now, for anything larger or if you need more precise control from the get-go, you'll want to use the Insert Table dialog box. Now, in that Insert Table dialog box, you're going to see a really useful setting called Auto Fit Behavior. Let me explain this. Fit to Contents will automatically make your columns just wide enough to fit whatever text you type into them. Fit to Window stretches the table to fill the entire width of your page. And Fixed Column Width is great for things like forms because it lets you set the exact width for your columns and they won't change.
This quote right here is talking about a feature that is a genuine game changer. It's called Convert Text to Table. Just imagine you've got this long, messy list of data, maybe names and email addresses, all separated by commas. With just a couple of clicks, Word can instantly turn that chaotic list into a perfectly organized table. It is a massive time saver.
Okay, this is a fundamental concept in Word. Have you ever noticed that when you select something, like a table, 2 new tabs suddenly appear at the top of your screen? These are called contextual tabs. For tables, you get Table Design, which is all about the visual look, borders, shading, colors. Then you get the Layout tab, which controls the actual structure, adding or deleting rows and columns, merging cells, that sort of thing.
All right, moving on. Let's talk about making your documents more engaging and easier to understand using illustrations. I mean, we've all heard that a picture is worth 1,000 words, right?
Word basically gives you an entire toolkit of visual elements to play with. You can insert pictures from your computer, you can draw your own shapes, you can create these really professional-looking diagrams with something called SmartArt, you can build charts directly from your data, and you can even take screenshots of your screen without ever leaving Word.
And guess what? Just like we saw with tables, as soon as you click on an image, a shape, or any other illustration, a brand new Format tab appears. This is one of the smartest things about Word's design. It shows you the exact tools you need right when you need them.
Now within that Format tab, there are 3 tools you're going to use constantly. First, wrap text. This is crucial. It controls how your text flows around your image. Then there's alt text, which is so important for accessibility. It's a short description of the image for people using screen readers. And finally, styles, which are a super quick way to add professional-looking effects like borders and shadows to your images with just one click.
So we've covered structure, data, and visuals. Now let's really take our documents to the next level by making them interactive. We're talking about creating connections and navigation right inside the document itself. If you're working on a long document, I'm talking a report, a thesis, a book, bookmarks can be an absolute lifesaver. They let you create these invisible markers or shortcuts to specific places in your document so you can jump to them instantly. To create one, you just select some text or click a location, give the bookmark a name, and that's it. Now listen up, because this is a really important distinction. A hyperlink is like a static street address. If the content you're linking to moves, that link breaks. It's now useless. A cross-reference, on the other hand, is a smart link. It's like linking to a person's name. No matter where they move in the document, the cross-reference automatically updates to point to their new location. So for linking within your document, always use a cross-reference. And for our final section, let's talk about the tools that add that extra layer of polish and professionalism to your documents. These are the details that really make your work stand out. Here are 3 great tools for adding some design flair. A text box is perfect for things like pull quotes or important callouts that you want to set apart from the main text. WordArt lets you get really creative with titles by turning your text into a graphic object. And a drop cap. Well, that's just a classic, elegant way to start a new chapter or section.
You want to work faster and more efficiently in Word? Keyboard shortcuts are your best friend. Here are a few really handy ones for common symbols like copyright, registered, and trademark. And for anyone in math or science, you absolutely have to know this one. Alt and the equals key instantly opens the equation editor.
And what if there's a symbol you use all the time that doesn't already have a shortcut? No problem. You can create your own. This is a fantastic way to customize Word to fit your exact workflow. You just find the symbol you want in the menu, click the shortcut key button, and assign it whatever key combination you want. So there you have it, a deep dive into the architectural power of the Insert tab. My challenge to you now is to think about your own workflow. Which one of these inefficient habits, maybe hitting enter a million times, are you going to replace first? Start with one small change, and you'll be absolutely amazed at how much more professional and controlled your documents become.